Hey everybody, this is the lady that last year came and stole Grayson from the hospital. She perjured herself to get a removal order, which they're all in on it. So it's not like she needed to do that. They just do whatever they want. Here's what she looked like during the first meeting. This is her right here. Tell me this lady ain't prejudiced against me. She, that day she was laughing in the other room saying, he looks just like his dad. And they were really excited that they got my son. That's Rhonda Christopher. She's from Detroit, Michigan, Sterling Heights or something like that. She also lives in Peoria, Arizona. I think she comes out here to steal kids, and then she goes back there is where she lives. She'll be lucky. I never see her again. This right here is Jeremy Welsh. He's the guy that my son lives with, and I don't know if it's him or his wife or both, but somebody's abusing my son. And by looking at this guy, he looks like he's probably the one. His eyes looks like he's on drugs. And I also had somebody on Facebook get a hold of me and tell me that they have a lot of similar friends with him, and they're all drug addicts. The ones that they have in common. So he is definitely a drug user and a child abuser and a piece of shit. His name is Jeremy Welsh. He works at a car dealership in Surprise. Yeah, he'll be lucky if I never run into him, too. There he is again. Tell me those eyes don't look like he's on something there. He has one job, and that's to take care of my son while I try to get this matter taken care of, and he can't do it. He's abusing my son, and it's driving me crazy. I've already I got a hold of him, threatened him, everything. It wasn't a threat. I just told him if my son keeps getting hurt, I'm going to go over and hurt him. And so the cops were called and all that. And here's Jessica Welsh, his wife. So her eyes are the same thing. Drug user all day. I don't know why they don't drug test foster parents, especially with really, really, really poor reputation of the foster care system. How many kids get abused, neglected, sexually abused, murdered, beat to death, everything in the foster system, and they don't drug test these guys, or it's crazy. Right here's the guy that this guy right here, he is the one pretending to be the voice of Grayson. So instead of Grayson having me to speak up for him, this guy is pretending that he's got my son's best interest in mind, and his only interest is profiting off of my son's incarceration. My son's best interest has nothing, is not on this guy's mind whatsoever. If it was, they would have put Grayson in a different home by now. Injury after injury after injury. I've called the hotline, CPS hotline. I've called the cops, sent them over there. I try to do this all the right way, but these guys here, they're professional lawyers, and I'm not. And so no matter what I do, it just gets ignored, because these guys just do whatever the fuck they want. This is Matthew Laura. He's a guardian at litem. I don't know how many children he's responsible for, letting bad things happen to, but I promise you this guy does not care about the kids. He cares about lining his pockets. I'd like to know what kind of car he drives. I'm sure it's better than the one the kids are fucking being shipped around in. So bad guy right there. I've already told him over and over that him pretending to be the voice of my son is taking away my son's voice, and my son you know, by him pretending to be the voice, he's stealing my son's actual voice. This here is Ken Skiff. This guy is the lawyer, not judge, that signed the removal order for Grayson. Ken Skiff. I looked him up. He's not a lawyer. He's not a judge. He's a lawyer, and I think he's retired. But his signature is why they came and got Grayson. Now here's something that I want to show everyone about Kathleen Martonsig. She's the Arizona Assistant Attorney General. I look her up on Ben Verified, and her personal email is redroom75. Now, for somebody who works in child protective services and is responsible for taking kids away from their families every day, sometimes 7 families a day are being terminated, and her personal email is redroom75. Now let's see what a red room is. Red room is rumored online spaces within the dark web, the shadowy underbelly of the internet used to hide illegal. Okay. According to the online reports, these murky spots where sickos can pay to watch live stream videos of rape, torture, murder, and worse. This is her personal email, the one that is responsible for keeping my son in CPS custody. She's also the one that is malicious prosecution, and she's building a case against me out of a bunch of bullshit. She pulled stuff from 20 years ago. They had nothing on me. I did nothing wrong. I was at work when they showed up to take him, and she's been nothing but stacking on anything she can get her hands on. Every little video I make to show you guys, she counts that as evidence against me. And but yeah, so here's more on the red room. Their name is thought to have originated from the 1983 horror film, The Videodrome, so that's what, like adrenochrome, where torture is shown live on TV in a red painted room. Alternatively, it's been suggested the phrase arose from red rum, which spells murder backwards. Are red rooms a myth? While red rooms have generally plenty of discussion on social media over the years, there's no evidence that they exist. But the lady who works stealing kids every day and disappearing kids, 800,000 a year go missing, 90% from CPS. And her personal email is redroom75. That's scary. It's scary. I'm paralyzed half the time how scared I am for my son. I just want him back in my arms. Okay, so that's Kathleen Martonsig. Abigail Johnson, she's one of the ones responsible for this case, stealing my kid. She's got charges of drug paraphernalia offense, misdemeanor, 4th degree. She's got down here misdemeanor minor, possess marijuana less than. Yeah, and they're over some marijuana in my system that I smoked when my son wasn't even born yet. That's what they're using to keep him away from me. But they're trying to claim everything, some other stuff, but they have no reason, no way of even making those claims because they don't have no evidence or no reason to feel that way. So, and I even have them in an email somewhere where they even said that they don't think I'm on drugs. I go to all my visits. I just want my son back. This is a nightmare. If something don't happen soon, this is going to be the end of me. It sucks. Rhonda Christopher. Let's see what her aliases are. Vanetta Davis, Rhonda L. Christopher, Rhonda Stewart, Rhonda Christopher, Rhonda Stewart, Rhonda Lynn Christopher, Rhonda Lynn Christopher Stewart, Rhonda Lynn Christopher Dash Stewart, Rhonda Lynn Christopher Stewart, Rhonda Lynn Christopher Stewart, Rhonda L. Christopher, Rhonda L. Holly, Rhonda L. Stewart, Rhonda C. Stewart, Rhonda L. Stewart, Rhonda Lynn Stewart, R. Christopher, and Rhonda Holly. Marcia Deborah Garrett Bahuto. This is our new case. This lady refuses to talk to us, and she refuses to meet us. Never once have we met her. We've talked to her very little. She don't want to answer the phone. She doesn't reply. But yet she's right here to be the one to verify all the case against us, even though she does not know us one at all. She don't know us one bit. What's this? Oh, Ken Skiff. Yeah, this is the guy who signed the. So. The other day at a visit, Grayson was running a fever of 102. Nobody from DCS or foster or anything like that even paid attention. He wasn't feeling good, so we checked his temperature. I write to the lawyer. Grayson was running a fever of 102 and it was rising. No one will check up on him for me, and I'm not allowed to see him until Monday. I'm very worried about my son and tired of the game being played to keep him away from me. He is not being taken care of properly. Can someone please check on him? I want a copy of the doctor's report to prove he was taken in for a checkup. I'm not asking some outrageous thing. I'm just trying to keep my son safe. Thank you for writing back. Right, here's a picture of the... it's not focusing that good. I don't know why. But anyway, it says 102. And then I get a call from one of the other parents on Facebook that has the same jokers got her kid. And while she was in her visit, she overheard them talking about Grayson, and his temperature after he left here went up to 104. And then they were on the phone in the other room trying to cover it up. And she called me and told me about it. And she asked me not to tell them that she told me because it would jeopardize her and her situation. So I wasn't able to let them know that I knew Grayson's temperature went up to 104, but it was nerve-wracking. I was worried about him. Yeah, let's see what else we got. There's... you don't like your crimes against my family being... oh, yeah. So they ordered me a hush order, and tried to make it a court order that I couldn't even mention my son's name on the internet. And so I wrote him. I said, you don't like your crimes against my family being exposed, and all the fraud you used to steal my son from the hospital, and the fact that I haven't seen my son in over 3 weeks, or the fact that you... stopped my visits to my son even before they ordered it go to all virtual visits. Of course you don't want your misconduct exposed. It shows you are taking children for profit and putting the children in danger and allowing them to be sexually and physically abused. I'll be waiting for a court order to take my videos down, and then I'll do it, but I want to see my son, and you have no reason to hold my son from me. Just because you don't like me isn't a good enough reason. Our office is filing a motion of protective order to request that the court order that the parties not disclose confidential information and requesting the videos discussing confidential information that Father Stephen Moose has posted be removed from the internet. Please give me your positions. Thank you. And of course they all say, yeah, we want him to not talk about this because they're all involved. I dismissed my lawyer, or the lawyer that they tried to give me. I dismissed him right away. But the ones she had working for her were all part of this. And let's see what else I got here. I expected. Okay. I'm making a list of each of the players and a list of violations you have committed. Okay. No, I think I already read that one. Grayson's toxicology report. Let me know where you see that he had drugs in his system. I don't know how to file online. This isn't fair. One of you need to show me how to file my documents online. You put the court in Mesa, so it's hard to get down there. Yeah, so we live in North Phoenix, and they're trying to say that this case wasn't because of the other girl's case. My son's sister's case, but it's the same case number, and it's out in Mesa, and that's where Sophia's father lives, and that's where he committed the abuse and caused all this. And they came and got my son just because. And all right, I will post more later. Thanks.